Greetings, everyone. This is Psychic Channeler Duink here with messages received from the consortium since the last video. The three of the Trinity come back together within the heart of the Divine Mother. She has been, and will be, showering more of her roses upon the planet in her guise as Mother Mary. She appears in this guise where there is conflict happening and about to happen to bring her children back under her wings. 3 kings will be bound by her heart and kept from spilling blood. Her power is stronger than all the 3 of them. We call upon the performance of ceremony and ritual in her honor. It is the way of raising vibrational frequency and elevating the energy across your planet. This is not worship. This is the gathering of energy for the good and sending out to those who are in need. The binding of swords is planned. See them all bound by laurels of roses, with thorns against which they will bleed if they resist. The financial systems of diverse countries are beginning to come together in support of a new beginning in the markets. New sources of energy and propulsion are slowly being revealed to those who have been unaware of its potentialities. It is becoming increasingly difficult to keep these new ways from revealing themselves. Those on the inside who would like to profit from their knowledge of these coming revelations are finding it practically impossible to do so without leaving a paper trail of sorts. So they are trying to keep the information suppressed until they can discover a way to profit from its revelation. They will be unable to do so, and will also be unable to keep hidden their insider knowledge of how long these new ways have been kept hidden and the pain and suffering that could have been avoided upon your planet. The poor will rise up against the rich, and much chaos will result. Those institutions priding themselves on how they help the poor will find themselves stripped of the riches they have been hoarding and how they have been unequally distributing them and even recycling them among their own. The exposure of vulgarity will be breathtaking. During these times, it will be even more important for prayer and meekness of spirit, and, as we have said, the performing of ceremony and ritual. These practices will hold energy for those who are presently unable to hold energy for themselves. Communing with Mother Nature and the energy of your planet will ground you as your planet and solar system move through their new location in the galaxy. We come to wake you from your slumber and lift your thoughts and words to new levels of healing and communion. What is happening within you is much more important than what is happening around you. Focus your attention there. Look to those who are raising others up and encouraging them to walk on their own, rather than look to rescue from a Savior that has been completely misinterpreted. Follow the paths of the way-showers, rather than the way-showers themselves. Drape yourself in bright colors, rather than sackcloths and ashes. Partake in the bounty of the earth and your human experience, to lift the spirits of all, and in yourselves. There's a time for everything under the sun. It is especially important to do this for your children. Guide them to the joys in life that are all around them, and limit or bring to a close their exposure to the pain and suffering of others. Their joy will be their best protection for their growth and will increase their capacity for empathy towards others when called upon to do so. Their greatest potential for joy will be based upon the capacity of the adults in their life to model it for them. Spend time in creative projects for the focus of attention on what can be crafted from the resources available to them. This will be a lesson that can teach expansion and expansiveness rather than the drawing in upon oneself in fear. They have come into the world at this time not only to experience its beauty and growth, but to contribute to it. Teach them that all are of the family of life, including those on the other side of the planet, as well as the creatures with whom they share their own environment. Engage not in religious or spiritual argument, and allow others to find and follow their own path, rather than try to convince them of the rightness of your path. Your path may be right for you, and you had the right to find it for yourself. Acknowledge others this same right. Deliberately expose yourself to the paths of others who do not follow or who even disagree with yours. You will discover what this path has provided for them, and possibly even why they have chosen to walk it. This will stimulate a resonance within you for what your path is providing for you and why you walk yours. Many men upon your planet are growing more compassionate, with the heart of the mother rising within them. This will stimulate the rise of the truly divine masculine energy within themselves and across your planet. They will be the champions of the divine feminine and open the doors for her entrance. As more and more women upon your planet embody her in their daily walk, the more they will walk through these open doors without having to beat against them or even turn the knob. We speak not of gender, but of divine energy and wholeness. The patriarchal religions and institutions are crumbling from within. As the poor do become more aware of how many injustices could have easily been prevented, there will be much anger, but there will be even more disbelief and depression. It is another reason why focusing on personal joy will be one of the most powerful tools of vibrational frequency for the gathering. Learn it now and bring others with you in its experience. This experience escapes most of those you believe to be well off, for they are in constant pursuit of a happiness that they never seem to achieve except fleetingly. It is another distorted perception of what they feel is possible, but have yet to realize. They think others a fool for experiencing joy even when they have little, for they cannot comprehend that joy is an internal state, not based solely upon external circumstances. As we have said, the days of duality are numbered, and they soon will no longer be the construct in which you have to adapt by splitting apart your wholeness. You are moving into the divinity of the mother, father, child, the union of the two, creating a third. This happens quite frequently in the physical upon your planet. It is soon to happen more frequently within yourselves as you come into your own divine union and create a new reality. Be willing to receive emotional support during these times, in all the ways you have been giving it and are willing to give it. Open your hands and hearts to the outpouring of Spirit from others, and share only your overflow with others, rather than find yourself in need of what you have already received. Be a vessel through which the outpouring of Spirit may operate as a flowing river, as opposed to a pond constantly drying up, waiting for rain, and suffering the loss of its own vitality. As always, we remind you that we are here to serve and not to be served. We caution you against any who call for your service to them, or who in any way see you as less than they see themselves.